Hi everyone, welcome to Queen Bees, and hopefully, let me fix my mic. Let me squeeze that a little bit in here. Yep, and while I'm backing myself off. Welcome back everybody, let's get back to the game. Switch here is trying to tell us about the city, I think. Hopefully I am correct, let's see. Actually, I probably shouldn't be talking about it. And on that, on dot, I keep saying that dot instead of that. And on that subject, I'm going to head over to the local branch and make some reports. You two ought to stick with me so you don't get lost. We're not children. I'm curious about what the guild is like, but I think I'd prefer to walk around a bit after all that sculling. Besides, the sooner I acclimatize myself, oh my goodness, accustomed myself to this place, the better. You two are going to get eaten alive. Well, no matter, your role as a pack mule is essentially over now anyway. Let's say you're on information gathering duty. If you don't meet with a terrible fate, we'll convene at sundown in that tavern next to the guild hall and compare notes. Switch takes her leave of us with a jaunty salute and strides over to an impressive looking building that stands out among the others in the square. The sign hanging above the entrance depicts a gaily dressed harlequin brandishing a sword in his... every time I pause, it's like I'm rethinking about the word that I just said. Did I say that correctly? And things like that, you know? Like harlequin. Harley Quinn. So yeah, brandishing a sword in his left hand, a lantern in his right, and his feet on either side of a river. And I bumped the mic. What a genius. I look around for Echo, who from when we left the boat until just a moment ago had been clinging to my shoulder like a squirrel. She's gone. She's small. Oh wait, there we go. She's small, but she's easy enough to spot, hovering around something I can't see for the steady current of people passing before me. I clumsily push my way over to where she is, indeed feeling as though I'm attempting to ford a fast-flowing river. A river of people. My ineptitude at navigating crowds must be another of many things marking me as a country boy. When I finally escape, I find her admiring the wares of a street peddler sat cross-legged on a woven mat with his wares spread out before him. Who is this, a femboy? Specifically, she seems fascinated by an amulet of smooth orange stone tied with a leather strap. This is amber, isn't it? That's right. You obviously know your resins, little lady, and this here is the good stuff, rare and ancient, full of magical power. Yes, I can feel it. Oh no, let's put some of that gold to good use. Magical power? What's with that dubious look, human? I know what I'm talking about. I'm not entirely sure I trust Echo's appraisal, but this peddler might be a good person to canvass for information. Sorry, I'll tab, checking if we are recording. You know what? I'll take it. How many gold pieces? Pieces? Just one of those will be plenty, brother. Go ahead and pick out something for that saucy foreign sort you were with as well. Eh? Really? Go on, I'd be robbing you otherwise. I take a closer look at the array of items in the mat, but there's not much in the way of the showy gold stuff set with jewels that Switch seems to be fond of. I pick up a bracelet of carved off white beads. Looking closely at the carvings, they seem to be some kind of text. Your friend is from Casper. How did you know? You have a good eye as well, brother. Those are ancient Casparian broad prayer beads, carved elder dragon bone. Elder dragon bone. Really? Good grief, I swear nobody grills me harder than you country types. They really look that untrustworthy. Sorry, she actually does. Let me tell you, there's more to this occupation than the mere pursuit of profit. Come around here and sit next to me. Okay. He's gonna teach us how he swindles people. I do as the peddler suggests, and after a moment he skillfully catches the attention of a well-to-do lady and her maid passing by. They bend down, curiously to inspect his wares, and out of the corner of my eye, I notice him leering down their ample cleavages with a lascivious expression on his face. More than mere profit, huh? Don't become a tiresome person who can't stop and smell the flowers growing by the roadside, brother. Oh, how cute! The two women seem to be paying more attention to Echo than the hungry dogs staring down their blouses. What a delightful creature! Is she for sale as well? The lady reaches out a hand toward her and then withdraws it with a shriek. In a flash of movement, Echo has bit her on the finger and retreated back behind my head, hissing like an angry cat. The lady, who had fallen on her backside, scrambles hastily to her feet with a scandalized expression on her face. You, if that's your pet, you ought to keep it under control. I mean, once again, people, you see a dog, don't assume animals or every pet is kind, okay? Especially if the owner warns you, then it's literally just on you. Let me pet this dog. Oh, it bit me. I should have expected that. Okay. Who the fuck are you calling a pet? Missus, it would be beneath your dignity to make a scene over this. Ow! Impertinent girl, you're 10 years too early to be advising me on what is and isn't dignified. With all those wrinkles, I'm shocked you're only 10 years older. Damn! Echo. You're in trouble now, brother. This is a waste of time. I'll grant you some lenience, boy. You've obviously just rolled in on the last hay cart and don't know the way things work around here. But the next time I see you, you had better have that thing on a leash. Echo makes an obscene gesture which the lady mercifully doesn't seem to notice. Come along, girl. We're leaving. Yes, missus. As the lady buzzes away, the girl in glasses gives us an apologetic smile before hurrying along behind her. After they've disappeared into the crowd, I feel Echo's hard little fingers slacken their grasp on my hair. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Peddler. It's okay, I understand. The last person who tried to buy me got a lot worse than a nip on the finger. Well, you're getting a sale from me at any rate. I'll take the Amber Amulet. Don't worry about those carved beads though. She and I don't have that sort of relationship. Really? Well, if you're sure. Pleasure doing business with you. One more thing, since you seem like you might have an interest. What is it, brother? Can you tell me where I can find more women with big boobs? You don't beat around the bush, do you? I knew you were a fellow man of culture the moment I saw you. Great. Well, we are, but you know. The peddler names a number of businesses that don't require much imagination to guess are brothels. Our investigation of these establishments leads Echo and I on a tour of the city's entertainment quarter. Here the streets are narrower, flanked on either side by galleries of painted faces, some scintillating with energy and mystery, others borne as if they were heavy burdens by tired bodies. They're obvious neophytes with an uneasiness about them that mirror my own, as if they don't understand what they're doing here, existentially speaking, that is. It could be an act. There's many theaters as there are bordellos, as though they can be difficult to differentiate at first blush. It's a place unlike any I've seen before, but then the same could be said of almost anywhere. What I'm intimating is that nothing here is lighting within me the flames of desire as it seems to be trying to. I am, however, nurturing a growing irritation with the swarms of touts buzzing around the streets like so many blood-sucking insects. I would fancy putting the muscles I've developed from years of honest toil to work, maybe beat some manners into them. In any case, this place is a trap for beasts of a heavier set than my own. Having come to this conclusion, I no longer feel so uneasy. How interesting, a savage jungle where the herbivores prey on the carnivores. What does that make me? Ah, here's one, Otto. Huh? Oh, yeah. I slackened the hands I had been unconsciously forming to fist and put my palm against the door of the Queen Bee, the last of the establishments the peddler recommended. Without my pushing on it, the door suddenly slams open and a red-faced man comes barreling out, shoving me aside as he goes. From back inside comes the sound of bare feet running, and a similarly red-faced girl appears at the doorway. "Mister, please wait, mister! I didn't think it was that strange looking, I was just a bit surprised." The girl looks familiar. Actually, now that I've taken a good look at her, she looks a lot like Brownman. I'm taken aback. Oh no, he's gone. The girl slumps her head and shoulders in resignation and then noticing me looks up. "You are..." She tilts her head in a gesture of curiosity and her glasses slip a little down her nose. She looks as though she's a few years older than my sister, but her manner has a guileless innocence to it that makes her seem younger. "You're a customer?" No, I'm not. I'm not here to, I'm feeling nervous again. What is a girl like this doing in such a place? Maybe I underestimated the mysterious power of the entertainment quarter. Maybe there's a special snare for everyone here. Before I can explain, and I feel as though I must, I hear more footsteps coming from inside. This time it's a tap 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 of the high-heeled shoes that seem to be in fashion amongst the women of the city. Just now, that was... The owner of the high-heeled shoes is familiar as well, but she doesn't take the slightest notice of me. She rounds in the barefoot girl. "Again, you've... Ah!" Her hand flies up in a blur and strikes the girl's face, sending her staggering to the street. What? "I've had enough of your prudish attitude. You're not worth the cost of keeping if you won't do what the customer wants. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Don't take me for a fool." Hey, don't you think you should... You can stay out of this, fairy boy. Oh my, the woman steps past me to the street and grabs the fallen girl by the hair. She pulls her up and brings their faces close together. I like Queen Bees in a way that there's a lot of art here. I'm not saying things like... I'm not gonna name drop some of the visual novel games I've played. You'll be seeing them you've seen them in my channel anyway. Some of them are literally just visual novels. That's like illusionized as a game. Going back to the game of Queen Bees, I've accepted your apologies before, but they were nothing but empty words, weren't they? Weren't they? It is as you say. Yes. Well, even someone as soft-hearted as me will need something more substantial than just words after having had their trust betrayed so many times. I've got it. Why don't you put on a little show right here in the street? Eh? A show, a performance, a public display. Don't make that stupid face like you don't understand or I really will get angry. I won't tell you what to do. You're going to have to use your imagination. The lady utters these unbelievably cruel words to the crying girl and pushes her into the middle of the crowd. By now, every pair of eyes is on her. She looks like a startled deer with nowhere to run. The men are making catcalls and whistling, and the other women's eyes are dull with a look that evokes a master's wary dismay at a clumsy apprentice. That was a mouthful. Let's go, Otto. This is none of our business. It's just the way humans are. Go on. Show me. Show everyone here how willing, how shameless you are. Go on. Otto, stop it. Are you still here? If you don't want to watch, clear off. I can't just turn my back and pretend not to see while you do these horrible things. In response to my quite reasonable indignation, I'm showered with a barrage of insults and jeers from the crowd. Someone throws a bottle at me, they miss, but I think the point was made. Just what the hell is wrong with these people? Am I the crazy one here? I'll have you removed if you insist on obstructing my business. Business? What kind of business is this? It's nothing but bullying. The woman sighs and signals with her eyes to two large men who were hit her too, idly playing cards in the alley next to the building. They get leisurely to their feet and approach me, cracking their knuckles and necks with two friendly smiles on their faces. Come on then, remove me. Oh brother. What am I saying? I really am the crazy one here. One removal coming up. For no reason I can discern, the smiles disappear from the men's faces and the crowd falls silent with a gasp. A stillness descends upon the tableau as though time has stopped. Why are you looking at me like that? I was trying to help you. Echo's hand grasps my ears and pulls me in the direction of the opposite alley. Get the lead out, idiot. We're leaving. I stumble along after her, too confused to resist. Behind me, the crowd flies into an uproar. What's going on? What just happened? Heh, magic. Echo smirks and dangles the amber in front of my face. I told you, I know my stuff. Whoa, it turned us invisible with magic? Well, something like that. Amazing, you're amazing, Echo. You can praise me more if you like. We have to go back and help that girl though. I make to go back the way we came, but Echo grabs my ear again and pulls in the opposite direction until I relent. Ow, will you stop doing that? What's the big idea? Just forget about it, Otto. But... Hey, listen. That person was not your sister. Even so, traveler, if you follow every fork in the road, you'll die before you reach your goal. Don't feed me platitudes. Fine, we can do this the hard way if you want, but... Now that I have magic again, there's no way you'll find your way out of this alleyway if I don't want you to. Distortions and illusions are my specialty, as you know. Okay, Echo, sure. We'll do what you say. The sun is hanging low in the sky by the time I'm finished impotently gnashing my teeth and emerge from the alleyway. I'm feeling sullen as we make our way back to the meeting point through streets that are still as busy at this late hour as they were when we arrived. I can't get used to this place. There's too much coarse laughter, too many raised voices, poverty and prosperity all rolled together. Just too much of everything. It's overflowing with life and hastening to death. There's no place for a stop wheel like me here. Hey, friend! I'm drawn out of my musing by a suspicious looking fellow who seems to be addressing me. Yes, you. I overheard you saying you're looking for busty babes. This is great. I'm not even in the entertainment quarter anymore, yet I'm still getting hassled by these tedious pimps. Unlike the others I encountered, I don't think I'd win the resulting fight if I decided to slug him in the face either. He's about half a head taller than me and unusually well built under his gaudy clothes for someone who lives of women. Oh, we're getting out of the streets. We're getting out of the streets on this one. I put a 14. I got to a Burger King. Okay, whether or not I'd win this fight should be besides the point. In cases like this, but when it comes down to it, I guess I'm as coward as everyone else. What was I trying to prove playing the hero back there? I'm certainly indulging in self-pity, but I can easily frame this problem in practical terms. That is to say, do I have what it takes to rescue Winnie? Yeah, that's right, busty babes. Yep, I'm all about those, big old titties. I mutter these stupid, meaningless replies when my mind, as if trying to escape, drifts towards the subject of tonight's dinner. With all the gold we're carrying, we'll be able to eat and drink like kings, why not? You're in luck then, our average bus is the biggest around. Whoever it is you're looking for, we've got him. What? Is this guy still here? Not whatever, but whoever. He's put a strange emphasis in that choice of words. Let's go, Otto. I think you've visited enough brothels today. You look tired. Lead the way, friend. I cracked my neck. Sorry, everybody. The man ducks down an alleyway and I follow him obediently, leaving common sense back in the street. Yes, isn't this a rather bad idea? Am I about to get a knife pulled on me again? Just as I'm about to turn tail and run, the man turns first. His aspect has changed somewhat, but not for the worse. I have the sudden impression that he isn't a pimp at all, but is in fact an honest man disguised as a pimp. It's a good thing I found you first. He claps a heavy hand on my shoulder. Friend, you've got about as much guile as a sack of potatoes. I'm guessing you're not a pro. A pro what? An adventurer, not one of the cities, obviously. Huh? What's wrong with the city's adventurers? I have to start from there? The guild here is corrupt. They're in the beast's pocket. Ah, our friend went to the guild. That's not good. We should hurry. Come on. The man sets off down the alley again with a hustle on. I'm about to follow when Echo grabs my ear again. Wait. Ow! Stop following this strange man. Stop pulling on my bloody ear. What's the holdup? Just who are you exactly? The man sticks his thumb up and flashes a roguish grin. A bosom buddy. What a Chad. Thankfully, Switch does not prove hard to find. Literally, she's pretty hot. She's standing just outside of the guild hall, the failing light catching on the facets of her gleaming red armor. Otto, you're back early. What do you think of my new gear? Nice, right? New? How is it any different from... never mind that. Your dear friend? Hey? We ought to make ourselves scarce. Follow me. We follow the man along a winding rabbit warren of a route to a little tavern deep within the shadow of the gigantic tower. He guides us around to the back entrance of the establishment, up and away from the noises of rowdiness and revelry coming from the bar, to a sparsely furnished but rather agreeable private room on the first floor. The man who introduces himself as Faber fills Switch in on the situation within the city's guild. So it's like that, is it? It seems as though I place too much faith in the integrity of the Adventurers Guild. It's nothing more than a kennel for the beast's dogs. There's spies on the streets as well. So one way or another, the crown knows why we're here. They really are the ones behind these kidnappings then. It's more accurate to say that the beast herself is the one responsible. What do you mean by that? While she is the de facto ruler of this country, she's not actually the reigning monarch, as she's yet to be officially coronated. But I risk digressing from the main point. Collecting women seems to be a hobby of hers. A hobby. I don't want to imagine. Whether it's men or women, you humans are all as bad as each other. Winnie is in the palace then. I walk over to the window and gaze out at the tower. I have to crane my neck to see to the top. How do we get in there? Hold on there, friend. Your sister isn't the only one we need to rescue. This isn't going to be an easy job. I hadn't thought of that. Just how many women are there in this collection? At least 10. Someone you know in there too? Yeah, my girl is in there. It's making me sick with worry. She's a real crybaby. I shudder to think what that despot is doing to her. A heavy silence hangs over the room. I'm ashamed to admit it now, but I actually fought on the beast's side in the war last year. We thought she'd make things better for those of us in the northern province, but nothing's changed. All that blood was spilled for absolutely nothing. Wow, that's messed up. Darkness has fallen over the city. My companions have left to pursue their own affairs. I remain in our base of operations, still seated at the table, my mind heavy with various musings as I stare at the collection of maps and blueprints of the palace and environs that Faber provided. They seem rather comprehensive. Just where did he get these? You're still here? Are those maps so interesting? Very interesting. Echo drifts over to me and touches down at the table, looking like a doll standing on the floor plan of a doll-sized house. I consider the little fairy. She came all this way because she feels indebted to me. Is that it? Compared to Switch, who has her obligations to the guild or whoever it is she's actually working for, and Faber, who seems intent on rescuing everyone, Echo is the one most likely to go along with the notion I've been gestating in my brain. Although I'm not exactly sure what it is yet, I'm hesitating to look directly at it. I don't think it's going to be possible to rescue everyone the beast has kidnapped. Well, it seems like a tall order. To be quite honest, I'm only interested in getting Winnie back. As soon as I say it, it becomes clear in my mind. I feel bad for Faber, but he shouldn't be trying to rescue anyone except his girl anyway. What's wrong with only trying to protect what you can? Why overreach and lose everything? You've taken what I told you this afternoon to heart. It's important to be realistic. So, what do you have in mind, Otto? I want you to do me a favor. Interesting. So, in short, you're asking me to go right into the lion's mouth alone. You're the best one for the job. You said you wanted to make yourself useful? Here's your chance. If you can communicate my intent to Winnie and escort her outside, then rescuing her will be that much easier. I suppose this is one way I can repay my debt. What does your sister look like anyway? Well, she's got big boobs. They've all got big boobs, doofus. Soft thighs. Just what kind of relationship do you two have? Actually, I don't want to know. Give me something more specific. Pointy ears? They're not as pointy as yours, though. Heh. What a weird thing to be smug about. She normally wears glasses. Her eyesight is terrible. What else? Oh, she's got really big... You already told me about her talas. Hair. Really big hair. Jesus, man. Otto did... Oh my god, doesn't even remember any of her specifications. Like, what's her hair color? Okay, I think I have enough to work with. Let's rock. Godspeed, Echo. Echo takes off into the warm night air, tiny against the massive shape of the tower. I'm about to see to my own mission when a hand grabs my shoulder. A thrill of guilt runs down my spine. It must be Faber or Switch. But what do I have to feel guilty about? Just what are you playing at? Shh, keep your voice down. Switch brings her voice down to a whisper, but her tone is still harsh and accusatory. You're sneaking off to rescue your sister on your own, aren't you? That's why I came here in the first place. I'm not some heroic adventurer like you. I can't save everyone. That self-serving pragmatism would serve you well as a certain type of adventurer. You don't have to come along. I started off on this journey alone, and I can finish it alone as well. What's gotten into you? I don't have time to indulge in some kind of harebrained harem heist. Faber may be okay with twiddling his thumbs while some scoundrel does this and that to his family, but not me. Cool your head a bit. What would have happened to you if I had just sat down and had a good think when you were captured by those monsters in the forest, eh? Switch's cheeks color a little. That's a dirty move to use. Keep your voice down, you cheeky brat. Listen, you. Things may have worked out well that time, but 99% of the time rushing headlong into trouble without a plan will just end up getting you killed. It's not like I don't have a plan. I'm gonna get inside the palace grounds through that secret passage Faber showed us, and in the meantime, Echo is gonna find Winnie and guide her past the guards to my location. Guide her past the guards. How exactly? She can conceal her with magic. That's so ridiculous. You weren't there when we... Never mind, after that, we're gonna head over to the dragon's roost and steal us a dragon. Have you ever ridden a dragon? I don't have time to explain every detail to you. I'm out of here. Things to do. Wait, you idiot. You imbecile. I limp into the night with Switch hot on my heels and cursing me out. Yo, Otto is gonna get himself killed, man. The entrance to the secret passage is located in an alleyway running alongside of the aptly named public house, The Runaway Princess. Though if this moniker is any indication, it may be more appropriate to consider this the exit rather than the entrance. Locating in the darkness, the loose flagstone mentioned on the map is proving to be difficult. I look to Switch, who is leaning against the wall of the pub with her arms folded. A full moon tonight, huh? Are you going to help me or what? Help you? You're lucky I'm not dragging you back by your small hairs. Ah, here it is. Heave ho! One more time. Heave ho! Huh, I guess this isn't it after all. Oh, for goodness sake. With Switch's begrudging assistance, we eventually locate the correct flagstone and shift it aside, revealing a neat square of deeper darkness in the floor of the alley. This is it! Thanks, Switch! Wait, don't just run off on your own again. Huh? You're gonna come with me? An idiot like you needs my help more than a sensible chap like Faber. Well, with me on your side, this stupid wrist of yours has at least some chance of working out. Oh god, Otto. Inside, the passage is no wider than the entrance. I have to squeeze my shoulders together to fit. It really is princess size. Feeling a little claustrophobic, eh? I shrug off Switch's provocations and shuffle awkwardly into the darkness. Hey, we're going to Winnie! Yeah! I've been gradually straining my eyes against the fading light for some time before I realize night has fallen. And this is where I end this video right here, everybody. Hope you liked it, watched it, and bye!